just a couple bad weather fans representing New York, talking all things sports. Man, what could go wrong? We got Alex, who's a fan of the Knicks, and Mike of the Nets. The yin-yang of the tri-state, place your bets on the Yankees, Giants, Mets, or Jets. Yeah, you should listen if it's sparking your interest. If you made a vow to your team, don't break it. Bad weather fans is the relation.
That's right, this Bad Weather Fans, episode number 278. Mike Beasley, Alex Benesowicz, and we are really in the middle of the off season. Now, Alex and I were talking in our pre-production meeting. We hold one every day. We like to get our notes together and really get organized for these episodes. And I said, Alex, there's really not much going on with the Knicks and Nets, but there was something I did want to bring up. Can you guess? Well, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I hope you got that burp on right before we started the podcast. You might have to keep that one.
From who, you?
It was a good one. Yeah, you didn't hear me?
I didn't hear it. No.
Even my wife, that's why I muted the microphone. She's like, are you okay? And it was like, burp.
Didn't hear anything.
Okay, anyway. So
obviously we'll
Sorry
find
for
out
interrupting
later.
the show. Yeah.
Can you give the date of the first Bad Weather Fan episode?
Oh, actually, I may be. So it's 2020. I know that.
Yeah.
April 14th.
Good guess. April 6th.
Wow.
That's a really good guess. I bring it up.
You know why I know?
I don't.
So I was supposed to be married in May of 2020.
Yeah.
And March of 2020 is when COVID hit. And then I know right after COVID hit when I was said, all right, fine, let's do it. Because Mike and I had done a few episodes of podcasts on Mike Delivers, which is now Marriage Bites. And we did really well with it. And we had Richard Jefferson on and a few other things. You know, they blew up. They were good episodes and we were going to do it together. But I was engaged and I couldn't do the podcast. Didn't have the time, didn't have the energy because I was, wedding planning. And then when COVID hit, I said, all right, let's do it. And then we did it. And now we're here.
I bring it up, too, because I almost look at it, if you were to listen back to these, and I do this with my other podcasts as well, it's like a time capsule of where you are in your life, where the seasons are. And just think about now, we're approaching 2026. I mean, if you look back at these original episodes, I mean, it's like a whole different world for you and I personally. It's the teams are in a very different, spot. It's very weird. And I found myself just being like, and I'm saying episode 278. I mean, that's a lot of fucking episodes, not just because it's a lot of episodes, but that's 6 years of content is nuts.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, we've done well. We've done a lot of things, Ben, you and I. We had Dolan J. Trump was our first guest,
Episode
shout
2.
out to him. Episode 2. And I don't know, we've done a lot. You and I have been on WFAN. We've been on SNY. You've been on a bunch of other big time podcasts. And, I was on NBA TV. There was like Fox 5 I was on. What other? You were other places too. I can't think off the top of my head.
This feels like the beginning.
We've done a lot, man.
This feels like the beginning of, we have some news. This is our last. It's not that. It feels like this is our last episode.
That's it. We're done. See you later.
I don't know. I just look at it.
Play the Oscars music when somebody needs to wrap it up.
It's over, man. Crazy. Just crazy. And that's all. Just in my feels with it right now. And,
we got things coming. We got some things coming for everybody. Once we can announce it, we will.
getting closer as we approach episode 300, which will be coming. And I know we've lightly discussed this off in an actual us having a conversation, but trying to do something where like we go see a Knicks Nets game and then get people together in the city. Think of at Knicks game where the schedule laid for this, but somewhere in around Madison Square Garden, it'd be fun, I think, just to get all of the Bad Weather fans, Knicks fans together, watch a little football on a Sunday, and then go to the game together. But more importantly, I think for the community, for all of us to get together, because I'm being honest, Alex, I do feel a little jealous sometimes. Like I see a lot of, and this more in the Knicks side of things, for whatever reason, a lot of reasons.
The watch parties, the
watch parties and the community, and I think that we have something so different that would really make for a unique watch party. Like, for example, all Knicks fans get together, and they're the fans of the same team. This would be very unique and I think special in the regard of fan bases typically don't really like each other, don't really like the other team.
Right. Right. No, it would be. I thought you were going to make another point, but yeah, no, it
No.
would be interesting and fun. And we made a lot of friends throughout the years doing this between Spen and Corey and Triple M and all these other guys. Nick and
Lee.
Hader, Lee. Yeah, Lee's big time now. He came up. Lee Valentin. He came up on my feed on Facebook twice on like a reel, and it was like just watching it. He's hosting a podcast, talking to somebody. I was like, oh, there's Lee. And then the second time it happened, a second time, I'm like, wait a second, I'm not friends with Lee on Facebook. You know what I mean? It just like
Yeah.
popped up on my reels on Facebook. Like we follow each other on Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah.
friends in real life too. But it was hilarious. So shout out to Lee.
That's
John
cool.
Maleka too. These. There's a lot of people that we met through this. So it'd be nice to get everybody together at the bars and go out and we'll see. We can't think that it's going to be anything special. It'll just be, and we're
Sure.
not. We neither of us have the time to. We need interns, like we've said before.
You're not getting interns.
We can't get interns. We don't have the time to do this. That we both have families and full time jobs like everybody, and we just do this for fun, make some side money, and have a blast doing it. Hopefully, one day it can be the full time gig. But for now, it's a great job that we love to do, and get a little something something on the side from it. So.
Check us out on YouTube, Bad Weather
Yep.
Fans. Subscribe there to the channel if you're new. Good content there. Go take the archives of previous episodes. Alex, Malik Beasley. You want him on the Knicks?
Absolutely not.
Why not? He's
Absolutely
really
not.
good.
I posted this right as the news dropped that he was cleared of his gambling charges. But he wasn't really cleared. There's more to the story if you've read about it. And you don't want to invite that kind of person into your locker room. First of all, the Knicks owned him in the first round of the playoffs, and you're not going to be like, "Oh, this is the guy I want." Like the Yankees saw Devin Williams blow the season for the Brewers and said, "This is our closer," and brought him in. Like, I get that it's a different situation, different sport, and everything like that. But you just busted this guy's ass in the playoffs, and then
He had a good first half in Game 6.
Oh, okay, game
He did.
6.
He did. He
You
had
know
like
what I mean?
he had like a couple crazy. Remember
And
that
then the
crazy three?
last play of the series, he botched. So
That was
there's a
was
lot
bad.
there, and I just I don't know, I can't do it. And plus, you already have Clarkson, so it's kind of redundant. You have Deuce and Clarkson. You don't need Malik Beasley off the bench. It just doesn't make any sense. Your roster would not make any sense. And he's a compulsive gambler. Clearly, he's got gambling debts. He owes people money, and that stuff doesn't just go away. So that's why. Why you would want him on the Knicks, or you would think he would be a good fit on the Knicks?
I would lean towards where you're going. I would lean
Yeah.
towards your direction. I mean,
Okay.
you have everything you need. It's not. I mean, what the Knicks need is they need some good luck. They need things to bounce their way and head in with health
hmm
and happiness. They need some good luck. They need things to break right for them when it matters. And like all teams that make it all the way to the championship, they all have a little bit of luck with health and
Right.
things just go right. I mean, they're a team in the mix that's in this title conversation, and it's just going to be Towns put up a big performance in the playoffs. Does Mikal Bridges show up in a big spot? Does Jalen Brunson stay healthy? I mean, it's going to be all the same kind of question. Is Mike Brown the guy in big moments that can lead this team? All questions that won't really be answered in the regular season. I mean, this will be a regular season for the Knicks that I know if you've mentioned, like, I'm going to enjoy every moment of it because they're going to win a lot of games. They're going to be good, and I totally understand that. But from a championship perspective, it's just going to be about getting things in gear and doing it the right way and getting into the playoffs with health and playing as a cohesive unit and feeling good. I mean, I think if anything that like last year taught us was the Cavs and Celtics were the 1 and 2 seeds, and
Unbeatable, right? I said unbeatable.
and then the Pacers went to the NBA Finals, and nobody had that.
And the Knicks beat the Celtics,
And the
nobody
Knicks
had
beat
that.
the Celtics. The Pacers beat the Cavs,
Yeah.
and then the Pacers ultimately get to the NBA Finals. So
Got that lucky shot in
Well,
game 1, and they
ugh.
earned the comeback, but that was a lucky shot to win it. But
like,
it is
what
it
did I
is.
say when I started this? You need some luck.
You do.
And they- and
it
they
is what
have
it
it.
is. The Pacers beat the Knicks, and I'm not going to sit here and say it was a cheap
Thank you.
cheap
No,
series. The
they
year
won in
before,
6.
2 years ago, was bullshit. Knicks were up 2-0, and then OG went down, and they had just had too many injuries, and they had no shot. That
You need some luck.
That was one of those years that sucked. Last year sucked too, but you know what? Then the Pacers beat them. It just is what it is. Knicks were up 20 with whatever left in the fourth and win the damn game. And that's it. Then you're
That was
rolling.
good. That was one of my
Good times.
that was one of my
Good
more
times.
memorable That's probably my favorite episode after a Nick loss we've ever done.
Oh my God.
I mean, the only other times I can really remember being that pumped up was after they lost to the Nets.
Or
And
the Hawks.
hopefully,
Or lost to the Hawks. Were you pumped
but
up?
did we record after the game one loss to the Hawks? I don't remember.
No, but we recorded after game 5 when they lost in the series.
We
I know
recorded
that.
after Nets game 5 where the Nets beat. I remember that was probably my favorite time to record after a Nets win. It was when they beat the Bucks after
Right.
game 5 and Durant
Durant went
unbelievable.
nuts. Yeah.
At 50 triple double.
Yeah, yeah.
That was awesome.
That
That
wasn't.
was awesome.
But yeah, no, it was. I think one of my favorite times to record after a Nets loss is when they lost at the buzzer with that.
Mavericks.
No, the Celtics versus Celtics.
We didn't record after that game.
I thought we did.
Game one?
No. Yeah, what it was like
Definitely
at the buzzer.
not. No, I'm positive we didn't.
Okay, I thought we
I'm
did.
absolutely
You
positive.
could be right. Maybe I just
No.
remember celebrating a lot and being very happy.
I'm sure you did. I know the feeling, but no, you absolutely did not. We did not record it. We did not record after that game.
I don't think I've hated a team like the Nets in those 2 or 3 years that I did previously in the NBA. Obviously, football and baseball, I've hated a lot of teams, but in the NBA because the Knicks weren't relevant for so long, I don't think I hated a team like the Nets with the Durant Kyrie years more since the 90s. I mean the Pacers and with the mellow year, like whatever. I hated the Celtics a little before that with Paul Pierce. He was a dick, and the Celtics always beat them, but it was never like that passionate hate. You know what I mean? Because there was still a lot of guys on the Celtics that I liked, even though I hated Paul Pierce. I loved the way Rondo played. I loved Ray Allen. You know what I mean? There was just guys that I cheered for years on that squad. But and they got their one chip, and then I was happy they didn't get another. But at the same time, that Nets team was one of those teams that I couldn't stand them. Like it was like, let me see the Knicks win and did the Nets lose. It was like that all year for 2 years. Once Durant came back, that's how it was.
That's what I'm in right now. I understand.
Yeah, yeah, you're in
the
this
checking. Is it
no
weird
man's
now
land.
to not be in a like? I'll call it a anxiety. Like there's an anxiety of, oh God, did the Knicks win? Not like serious stuff, but you now don't have that. If the Nets win or lose, let's even say the Nets have a miracle year and make the playoffs, and I'll call that a miracle year where, for whatever reason,
succeed.
let's say the rookies all play well.
Right. Igor's awesome. Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Carter, Michael
Jr.
Porter Jr. Excuse me, is
Michael Carter.
I'm thinking of the Syracuse point guard. He
Rookie of the
plays
year. Yeah.
He plays great. Cam Thomas has a chip on his shoulder and balls out and is an all-star, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Nets go 38 and 42. And you're just like, or 40 and 42, because I know there's 82 games. It's gonna be people. You don't know how many games are?
Idiot. Yeah.
Like that's a dream scenario. And there's not fans that would dislike that, right? Because they want more rebuild, they want a top 3 pick, and they want to get stars here organically through the draft, whatever. But that's like worst case scenario of how good the Nets get. There's no fear in your mind that they could win. That sucks for me because I remember when it was the other way around. I was like, okay, even if the Knicks play well, it's like that ultimate doom is not a real thing.
Yeah. And the Nets never lost to the Knicks in that set in those couple of years.
And so now it's 10 straight the other way.
That one bullshit game with the dislodging of the ball.
It was
totally not dislodged. It was totally dislodged.
No, it was the right call.
We'll take that. That's going to be one of those.
But that just shows you the difference. Like there's been a lot of knick-knack games, a lot of blowouts, but this 10-game winning streak that have been close, but they've always had Brunson. They've always had the difference. Those games, it was like, we had Durant and Kyrie, you really, at the end of the day, weren't going to win. And remember, a lot of those early games, a lot of the late games too, Brunson was on the Knicks. He just wasn't as good as he is now. And the Nets beat part of that win streak at the end was with Brunson as a Knick.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good times, man. Good times. Let me tell you.
You excited for football season?
I am. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for football season. I'm ready to go.
How annoyed are you at how well Jackson Dart has played and excited Giant fans?
I'm not annoyed that he played well. It's just funny to see Giants fans like get so excited over a backup quarterback dominating third and fourth string players in the preseason. That's funny to me.
You still
But
don't, even though it was their first round pick, the guys looked very good. He's got moxie. He's played well. He looks the part of the quarterback.
Mhm.
You can't understand. We're a Giant fan who has seen bad quarterback play since two-time Super Bowl winner Eli Manning has basically been gone. Has been a disaster with everything since, and even towards the end of his career was bad. You can't understand why they would be excited and why there would be some hype.
Not that I can't understand it. I just laugh at the hypocrisy because over the last couple of years, when the Jets have gone through quarterback after quarterback between Geno Smith and Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold, and every time a Jet fan got excited about a player and et cetera, it was poo-pooed. And it was shot down and like, oh, you got nothing, you got nothing, you got nothing. And now, not even a regular season game. The guy hasn't even taken a snap in a real game. it they're putting him in Hall of Fame. I mean, like he's good. He looks good. He's done everything he can do up until this point. Like he can't fast forward into the future. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But it's funny because it just shows. And we talk about this all the time on the show. Shows every fan is a hypocrite at some point. Becomes a hypocrite at some point.
Yes,
it just is what it is.
Right,
you can
your
argue
team
any
is
point.
different.
It's like being a lawyer. Like you go to law school. I'm not in law school. I dated a girl who was, but she would tell me like literally they would go in class and this is my ex, but they would go in class and literally take this topic, you argue this side and you argue that side. It doesn't matter what you believe, just argue it. That's
We did
really
that.
what sports fandom is.
We did that for a Bad Weather Fans episode. Well, sort of. We did like reverse. I think Lee was actually on that episode where we did like reverse. But
maybe
I think that would be fun to like.
We were just like switch fandoms,
or just give me like I could. I wonder. I have to advocate for Mikal Bridges and some Knicks point and just talk about why Mikal is the piece and how I think he'll perform well. I could pull that out of my ass. I mean, it wouldn't be true, but I could do that to what you're saying.
I mean, I can give you a whole podcast on why I think the Nets are going to be good this year. You know what I mean? So it's
go for it.
I mean, they have the rookies. They have the rookies. They have the coach that can develop talent. They got a player in Michael Porter Jr. who is finally on a team by himself without the best player in the NBA next to him, and he can really shine. He might not be the brightest player and brightest person, but he has a lot of talent, and he's going to put up tremendous numbers, and is a great scorer. He was a top draft pick in the lottery for a reason, and he only fell in the draft because he had back problems, and now that's all behind him, and he can really dominate and maybe become a borderline all-star, maybe, dare I say, an all-star if the Nets are good. If this guy Igor is a great point guard, then you never know what can happen to him, and then you have to hit on one of these other rookies, and then away you go, man. And then you have Claxton, who's still there, who maybe can get his head out of his ass, and you'll see what happens there. And then maybe you can make another move as the season goes on and just add players. And if you pay Cam Thomas and he takes off as it makes him feel like he's wanted and is the guy, then you never know what can happen with the Nets, and they can be pretty good.
Yeah, you just gave me the point about Jackson Dart being a rookie and overhyping. Now we're going to go on relying on 4 guys under 20. It's just not happening. It's just not realistic. It's just not realistic.
Is it easier to find one of 4 rookies in a first round of the NBA draft to become a player, or is it easier to find a starting quarterback that becomes a franchise quarterback in the NFL?
Well, first, this is the first time in NBA history a team has selected 4 guys in the first round.
I'm just saying,
so
let's say,
know.
Odds are if you draft 4 players in the first round, it's likely one is going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hopefully.
It's likely. I mean, the Knicks, when they did whatever year that was,
96
with John Wallace, Walter
96.
McCarty, and Dante Jones, the draft pick. John Wallace was a pretty good player. He went from the Knicks to the Raptors to the Knicks. Walter McCarty was a good player. They traded him to the Celtics, and he was okay, and he stayed there forever as an assistant coach. He was there for life. But those guys were okay, but they weren't stars. But they're also at the bottom of the first. The Nets also have a lottery pick.
Problem is they were okay. Right, like those aren't guys that are going to change
the
franchise.
Resurrect your franchise. No,
if you're going to go back and look at the '96 draft, and you mentioned those 3 names, I mean the guys in there even picked after, Steve Nash in there, Peja Stojakovic. I mean those guys changed.
Well, that's an all-time draft. No, I get it.
That's a joke. The later guys.
one of the best drafts of all time. Knicks had 3 picks and get no stars. That's like one of those, a Kobe draft and Kerry Kittles and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? I just feel that the
I
Nets
get you.
can be good, and it's a better chance of finding a player in the NBA to be a good player than it is to find a starting quarterback, franchise quarterback in the NFL. But also, I do think that I totally forgot my point. Fuck. I forgot what I was going to say. Mid sentence, I forgot what I was going to say.
It's fine. It's fine. I can
great.
finish your sentences. You were going to say Mikal Bridges is the most overrated player in the history of the NBA. I'm so pissed that he's on my team. I would do anything to get all of those draft assets back because then it would
want to
mean.
know what I was going to say.
You excited for the Jets?
I am very excited for the Jets.
Excited for 5-12?
I'm excited to have a team that's gonna have an attitude and has a coach that we thought. I didn't really want Saleh. You remember, I was like, what's so great about this guy?
Yeah.
And when he was here, he was just a fraud all around, a wimp, and got pushed around. And Aaron Glenn is going to come in here, and even if he's 5'0", is going to demand respect. He's been a star, and I mean borderline star in the league as a cornerback. For the Jets, I'll say he's an all-time Jet player, drafted, grew up there, and then on top of that, he started his coaching career there as well as a scout. He got rehired by Woody Johnson and built his career up to get to the Saints and then to the Lions and develop them. And I think that having a guy with that kind of credibility actually helps players that have been here, like Quinnen Williams and Sauce and Garrett and all these guys that have seen nothing but losing and crap. And Aaron Glenn could be like, I've been there with you. I was a player under Kotite. And then this guy Parcells came in here, who was my mentor, and said, this is how we win. And I'm going to come here, and it is possible to turn it around. So I do believe that the Jets are going to be a smart football team at the very least. It's going to take a while to clean up all the penalties, but they know what their strengths are, and they're going to push towards those strengths. They know Justin Fields is not a very accurate passer. Guess what they're not going to ask him to do? Hit a slant over the middle. You know what I'm saying? They're going to say, run the ball or throw a deep out. And if not, run. If not, pitch or take a sack. And that's it. And the Steelers went, 4-2 with him last year? It showed that you can win some games with him. Yeah, they benched him right away for Russell Wilson, but Russell was the starter. He was just hurt or whatever in the beginning of the year. And the Jets have two really good running backs. Breece Hall, I feel like was a little bit overrated last year, by myself included. And he showed I don't think he's the guy. I think there was a lot of plays. It's not even just how bad the team was. There were a lot of plays. It was one-on-one with him and another defender, and he couldn't break a tackle. That has nothing to do with coaching. I don't remember him breaking any tackles all last year, maybe a handful. And I think Braylon Allen, 21 years old, beast, fast, maybe faster than Breece Hall, bigger than Breece Hall. I think he can become the bell cow and might be the fantasy sleeper that people are looking for this year, especially on a team that's going to run it a lot. So that's my long-winded answer to say that I think the Jets are going to be pretty good, maybe in 7-8 wins, I would say.
I think it's the most excited I've been for the Giants in a long time. I think it's pretty obvious. Just
wait, let me ask you a question.
Games.
Mike, what do you think about the Giants this year?
I'm excited, Alex.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to it. I know the schedule is murder, and that's what people will focus on. I remember last year the Commanders weren't predicted to be anything. No, they got it. They got it right in the quarterback, and they made it to the NFC Championship, and they lost to the eventual Super Bowl champions in the Eagles. I don't see why not. If you're a Giants fan, you can't be excited or feel some optimism, especially with a lot more talent on the roster, that you can flip things fast. I do always, it's like the conversations right now are, the Giants' schedule is hard. And I could already predict how things will work. Right now, you're going to talk about how this is when week 5, when the Giants are 1-3 or 0-4, do they make the move to Jackson Dart? Like that's what the convo is now. But then when they beat Washington on week 1, the conversation will be, well, are the Giants for real? How far can they actually go? So I feel a sense of optimism. I've seen it in my brain. This brain of mine has seen these scripts.
Your premonition? You had a premonition.
A premonition. I think, don't be shocked if the Giants go out and win a couple games early. Because why not? Like, why is the script already set? They have, watching Daniel Jones and now moving on to somebody else, you just feel a lot more relaxed. And I know Russell Wilson isn't perfect, but he's a lot better. He's just a lot
No,
better.
he's a professional, average, above average, little above average quarterback right now, and he's going to win you some games just by not being terrible.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
excited.
he's not going to make the bonehead play. He's not going to fumble. He's not going to. He's going to put you in position to have a chance in games. You know, so that's a positive for the Giants, of course. You know, but we'll
Five
see. We'll see if
5-2 Mets,
LT
by the way.
Jr. over there is actually good, and Abdul Carter, and we'll see what happens.
That's he'll be good. Trust me.
I don't like the fact that he got pancaked by Stone Smart, the Jets' fourth string tight end that barely made the roster. And then the next day, he's taunting Jets fans, saying this will be the highlight of the Jets all season. Like,
Of course, you don't like it.
bro,
You're
you
a
got
Jet
knocked
fan.
in your ass. Like, just ignore it. Like, I mean, I understand talking shit after you got a big sack and you post that picture, that video, but like, what do you like? You just look. He just looked like a clown. Like that. That wasn't even funny. It was just like, what?
I think just getting embarrassed by the Jets is embarrassing, and I think he got embarrassed by it.
So he had to flip it. He couldn't.
I
just
think
take
I
the
think
L.
it's just an embarrassment.
Yeah.
But also
It is pretty
wanna mention
embarrassing to get embarrassed by the Jets. I'll tell you that.
5-2 Mets, bottom five. By the
Oh,
way.
fuck the Mets.
No, I feel a little
Yeah.
juice back.
Don't believe it. With Jonah Tong, he's gonna come in.
I have this little.
I mean, listen. Imagine he's just like the next Doc Gooden and just comes in like is this kid who comes out of nowhere, like a little baby, and just comes in and dominates baseball. Then I'll get excited. If he comes in on Friday night, Jonah Tong, and he's like 7 shutout innings with like 7 strikeouts and like 2 walks, I'll be like, wow, okay. now I can get excited. We got an ace. Well, you know what I mean? Trick myself into something. But right
I think
now,
beating the Phillies. God, they'll blow this game, but they beat them yesterday. It's up 5-2 in the bottom 5th. They've run on first and second with 1 out, but
the night is young.
we'll see. The NL. I mean, the Brewers have separated themselves, but the other teams, man, just get in. Just get in. This week, my father-in-law texted me. He's like, "It's in the last 60 games." He's like, "You have a worse record than the Rockies." He's like, "I can't believe that." And I was like,
It just shows how great the Mets started off. They're still 9 games over 500.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like they started off like so good that we're planning like, okay, when's the playoffs? Who's the matchup?
42-20 or something. It's like 20 games over 500, a third of the way through the season.
It was insane.
They're
Yeah,
great.
they were, and I mean, I was big on not signing a big starting pitcher, you know, or paying huge money to a big starting pitcher like the Yankees got freed and stuff like that. But you had to have somebody that you can rely upon. You can't just go with all mishmash guys like they did last year, and they got lucky. And I mean, they had Severino. They had Quintana was good, and things like that. And Mania was hurt a lot of this year, so I get it. But you needed that one guy. You need somebody that at least one guy on the starting staff. You want to mix and match the rest of the rotation, fine, but you need that guy.
Yeah, Mania tonight, 8 Ks. But he was taken out, I guess. Looks like after 4 2/3.
Of course.
He had 8 strikeouts.
Of course he was. But anyway, so right now, gun to your head, Nets win total. What's your win total?
I think they're going to be bad this year. I think they're going to be
worse than last year.
Yeah, because they lost all of those veteran guys. They got no veteran
Schroeder's
leadership.
and those guys.
Dorian finished it.
Well, Michael Porter Jr. I mean, he's a champion, right?
Cam Johnson is a leader. He's a veteran leader. Why are you laughing?
Because Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah,
is more of a better is an actual champion.
Yeah, but
he's been around the block in the playoffs every year. Played next to the best player in the NBA.
I mean,
you know,
what did Jokic say to him?
Wear a condom.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's posting these
literally.
videos.
I'm not joking. That's what he said. Yeah,
New York. I mean, you could get distracted in the city, and if you don't have your head on
very easily
and I'm not saying you can't have fun, and you can't be a 20-something-year-old single. Like God, that's if you're single in your 20s, and you're God bless you.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
listen, you
got to focus on basketball.
Yeah. New York City is a great place to live, and it's fun, and I love my time there. You know, it's kind of run its course. The city's changed a little bit for me, but if you're a millionaire and you live in New York City, it's probably the best place in the world to live. You have everything at your fingertips, no matter what. You can do whatever you want,
Up there.
whenever you want, at any time you want, and find whatever you want whenever you want. If you have the money, if money isn't a thing, it's literally there's nothing you can't do. It's not like you're trapped in this tiny apartment like regular people like us. You probably have a brownstone or a penthouse. You know what I'm saying?
Or if he lives in the city, I mean, you don't know where he lives. Could be in the suburbs.
I'm sure he'll live in the city.
You don't think he's out? You don't think he's out in Bergen County in Jersey somewhere?
No, not if he's playing in Brooklyn.
I mean,
he's not going to be in Bergen County.
That's true.
He'll be in
Staten Island.
Where's he going to go? In Brooklyn. I was going to say Staten Island, but I don't think he'd want to go there. He'll be in downtown Manhattan. Why wouldn't he be there? You know what I mean? Right across the bridge and get right to Barclays.
And then Ben Simmons. Is Simmons signed anywhere?
No.
He's done.
Still not.
Is he not going to be?
What about Russell Westbrook? Still not signed either. Russell Westbrook.
He has a better chance of signing. He has some skill.
Yeah. No, he does. He's just sloppy and turnovers and this and that, and he's very aggressive. But I don't see why a team wouldn't want Russell Westbrook on their team. You know what I mean? That makes sense. Like one team.
Yeah.
But Ben Simmons.
I still can't believe there were Knicks fans that were entertaining that.
That was crazy.
That's crazy. They
don't
know what the baggage that comes with all of them.
You know what it is, man? People see the Knicks. This is just a microcosm of social media in the world. It's not just Knicks fans, but it's very, very big in Knicks Twitter. They see the Knicks are
love a good
in
Knicks
a player.
Twitter take. Love a good Knicks Twitter take.
Listen. This is my psychological take on it. The Knicks are. There's a report that the Knicks are interested in said player, Ben Simmons. Knicks fans and quote unquote content creators want to be right. And so they'll always take the side of a team. So they think that the Knicks might be interested in Ben Simmons. They'll now hype up Ben Simmons to act like you're getting the Sixers version of Ben Simmons or the guy in the 15 to 18 games he played for the Clippers.
But he wasn't even
and
good.
Think that this is the guy you're going to get and forget. Yeah, but he was a professional player. At least he played. It wasn't like the Nets, but still, those Nets years count. So they're going to omit those Nets years and omit all the bad with the baggage with the Sixers at the end of it and just post video highlights of Ben Simmons doing great things and say, look what the Knicks can get on the end of the bench. Why not? It's just a veteran minimum, et cetera, et cetera. And then they'll get fans all hyped up and people who don't pay attention as much and like and click and get you views and get you up in the algorithm and away we go. And that's how it works. And I'm just not that kind of a person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not selling myself out for views, and that's why maybe I'm not, have 30,000 followers at this point. But I just say what I feel, and I feel what I say, and I really don't give a fuck.
Well, teach me. I want to have more views. I don't know how to do it. Tell me.
You know what it is? I try to tell you, man. You don't want to listen to me. I say, do this. You're like, yeah. And then you do it differently. I say, post this, and you post it differently.
I never posted it. I copy and paste it now.
I'm kidding.
I've just given up on Twitter in a little bit of ways because First of all, I fully believe in the YouTube presence because that's where there's an audience to grow.
Right.
Back the curtain here. We'll just talk about it. That's where there's an audience to grow. That's where there's money to be made here. That's where there's a community to be built. Twitter's just a cesspool, good or bad. I've personally, and I'll get back more on it when the season starts. I haven't deleted Twitter off my phone, Alex. I just don't go to it. It's like I have replaced it with LinkedIn, and that to me, that is an untapped resource to promote this show and get more eyeballs on it. It's a different world. And to me, that is more intriguing than Twitter, where it's the same dumb shit over and over again. Now, I know it has to be done. It's an important place, but there's something about it that gets on my nerves.
It's all negative, and Twitter's is mostly negative. And LinkedIn, if you post something, it's all positive. Everyone's like, congrats, great job, you did it, you passed the certification that everybody gets when they join your job. But great job, I'm gonna like it. Like, you know what I mean? Things like that.
I like that.
And Twitter, it's like you can become a millionaire and be like, I just made my first million on Twitter. You're like, yeah, well, what the fuck you've done for your community? Like, you know what I'm saying? It just like put you down. Like, well, your uncle is starving, you dickhead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to share that I did something great. Like,
exactly.
That's all.
Exactly.
No, I get it.
So
it is what it is.
So Ben Simmons, I'll just say this part of it. I saw a little bit of his Clipper highlights. It was the same shit he did for the Nets. He is not good.
Right.
He will hurt your team. He can't play anymore. He can't do the things that are required to be successful on the basketball court. He's earned his money. He doesn't care. He's also physically, that's the thing people forget. It's not just, he clearly went through some things at the end of his tenure at the Sixers where he lost his confidence. I don't think I'm hiding anything there. We saw that with the Nets.
Right.
He is terrified to do anything with the ball and shoot. But he also had multiple back surgeries. He's just a shell of himself physically. He's not the same guy. When you combine all of that, to me, if you had I think there's so much more value in what Landry Shamet could bring to the Knicks than anything close to Ben Simmons. Shamet can guard, he can shoot, he can bring energy. Simmons is just going to be, it's going to create an anxiety on that court where you're like, why isn't he shooting? He passed it again. What's happening? It's the same fucking movie.
Unwanted distraction, unneeded distraction,
it's an automatic
unnecessary distraction.
Automatic distraction.
And it's not, you don't need it. Like I said, you got Clarkson, you got Deuce. You don't need another ball handler on the bench. You don't. Like, you just don't. And it just is what it is. Like, there's so many guys who can handle the ball. Like,
think about how far he has fallen.
And Kolek. Don't forget about Kolek also.
Develop the young players. That's the point, right?
Yeah.
Like, think about how far he has fallen to be a superstar in the league, budding, he's an all NBA player, all NBA defensive player. The Sixers are so close to going to the Eastern Conference Finals. It takes that Kawhi Leonard crazy shot in Game 7, and then boom, he is not even relevant in this league. Crazy.
Yeah.
And the bad weather fans, he's gone from superstar to not in the league.
And you know what? When the Nets traded Harden and they got Ben Simmons, me, you, everyone else was like, at least we got Ben Simmons in this mess. And maybe, second chance, a former All-Star used to dominate. Maybe he can just be the point guard. Kyrie can play the 2 and Durant can get open and never know what can happen. But it was just the worst possible situation.
Yeah, if you think about when he came to the Nets, he had the bad playoffs, but it was okay. You bring Ben Simmons, and there it was.
He just didn't want to be there anymore.
There was too much. Yeah, there was too much. The thought process was, there was too much on his shoulders in Philly to be the second fiddle to Embiid. That's not what he is. But if you get two guys in Durant and Kyrie who are all-time NBA scorers, you're just asking him to be a distributor and a defender, and then that makes sense. Problem was he just sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's just not good. and that's the trade where Sean Marks, just the organization, that's the trade that killed him. Really more than the other ones.
Yeah.
Because if you could just get Harden to be like, he didn't want to do it anymore though because of Kyrie in the vaccine.
Kyrie killed them, man. Kyrie killed them.
But that trade, that's the trade, because once he was gone, it was over. If Harden could just I just wish Harden could have been like, I'm going to sit through this. Like, let's say they never leave and these three guys are together. What would have happened to this team? Would they have won anything? I don't know, but at least it would have.
But all three are still playing. Yeah.
They're all playing at a high level. Now, Durant's not the same player.
No.
I think Kyrie just got hurt, but he was playing at a all NBA level player. And Harden's now the guy that's like, is he an all-star or is he not an all-star debate? And that's his level of player. But he's always in
fringe all-star.
He's 22 and 9.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I just think the culture Nets getting broken up for Kyrie and Durant didn't really break. I mean, they didn't really break up the culture Nets for Kyrie and Durant. You just kind of added Kyrie and Durant to the culture Nets. And then they added Harden, they blew up the culture Nets. And then they fired Atkinson. And then that's really when it all started. You know what I mean? When they fired Atkinson and they traded for Harden, that's when it was like, all right, this is not going to work. Like, you know what I mean? If you really thought about it, still had hope, but it just wasn't going to work at that point.
Yeah, but you thought you can't. Don't lie to me. You had to have thought when the Nets went into those playoffs and Harden, Kyrie, and Durant were humming.
Oh, I was nervous.
And
I was
they
nervous. Yeah,
they
I was
beat the
nervous.
Bucks by 49 in the second round without Harden. You must have been thinking, okay, this is not good. This
No, I
really
mean,
might happen.
when I didn't think that the culture Nets with Durant and Kyrie were going to win a championship, and I said that from day one. But once I got Harden, I said, "Oh shit!" That's when I said, "Oh, now they really can win." And but I'm glad they didn't. That's all I gotta say. I don't know.
Well, I mean, ironically though, if they don't make the Harden trade, they keep Levert, they keep Jared Allen, they go into the playoffs with a deeper roster. Like, okay, Harden's hurt, Kyrie's hurt, Durant was playing with nobody. If you have Jared Allen and Karras on the court, I'm not saying they're great, but you add him depth, they might beat the Bucks.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
Conversations for a net podcast where someone asks me a question, I get sad. So I don't know what to say.
Yeah, yeah. Can we do something fun to end?
No.
Can we pause but stay recording so you don't have to stop for 5 minutes, and you find a Knicks trivia question, I'll find a Nets trivia question, and then you can just cut it and then come back in?
Well, we don't have to hit pause, but I'm not going to stop recording because it'll screw up the recording.
That's what I mean.
I'll just edit
cut this part out.
So what do you want me to find? A Knicks trivia question?
Find a Knicks trivia question. I'll find you a Nets trivia question, and we'll just do a quick trivia question to end it.
What kind of trivia?
Ready? I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
Just do something in something. It's something not like who was the backup point guard in 1973. Like something that's like
well, 73 is a title year. You should know that, Alex. I mean, holy shit! All I hear about from Knicks fan is, "Oh, we got this title." So if you don't know your fucking title team from 1973, that's a disgrace. You picked the wrong year.
Think of something fun. I don't know.
Pick the wrong year. All right, we're back. You want to go first?
Okay.
You want me to read it? You want me to read it? I'll read.
You read first, and so we'll do Knicks trivia first. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is from the Cadillac trivia question. This is back. You answered this.
What year was it?
I'm not telling you the year.
No, of the question. Like when did they ask the question? What's the date of the tweet? Oh, okay.
I don't want to give. Well, we'll slowly introduce clues.
Okay, fine.
So Anthony Simons leads the NBA in free throw percentage at 92.5. Who was the only Knick to lead the NBA in free throw percentage?
Ooh.
And you answered this.
I probably answered Hubert Davis, right? I probably said Hubert Davis.
I'm not saying how you answered
That's definitely what I said.
I want to know what your answer is.
I can't say I remember this, but I remember. I feel like knowing me and knowing Alex.
How well do you know Alex? This is a new segment. How well do you know Alex? We could read old tweets of ours.
Oh my god! Yeah.
We could read 3. Here's an idea. Sidebar. I could take 3 tweets. One's yours, 2 will be other people, and you have to guess if you can know your tweet or
that's good.
If you get it right, and we'll go back like
a
4 or 5
posted and
years.
toasted, like an adjacent posted.
A little
and toasted.
different, because you have to know which. Because you got to guess your own stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So say it again. The question: Anthony Simons, 90 something or whatever percent.
Oh my god, I just lost it.
And who's the last?
Anthony Simons was 92.5% from the free throw line. Who was the last Knick to lead the league? I just lost it.
So it's not Hubert Davis.
Damn, I lost it. I don't know.
Oh, come on, man. Get it together.
No, I know who the answer is, but I can't find the question to read it again.
Let's see. I'll say... Fuck. I don't know. Allen Houston.
Yes.
It was?
Yep.
All right. Did I guess Hubert Davis?
You guessed Hubert Davis. And then somebody said Allen Houston, and then you responded with, "You got it."
Oh, wow. See, I know myself. See, that's what I would have guessed Hubert Davis again, like right now, just because.
I gave you a hint.
Yeah. All right. So now for the Nets trivia question.
Yeah.
So in Nets all-time history, free throws made, Buck Williams is number 1. Who is number 2?
I mean, I would think it's Kid.
Nope. He's 8th.
Kid's 8th. Okay. Number 2. I go Lopez, I guess.
He is number 3.
Man, so we got to the line a lot and he made a lot of free throws. And this is during my era. This isn't like
Yes, it's not
Bernard King.
1970s ABA, like whatever. No, it's not that.
Vince?
No, he is number 4.
Okay, I'm
Get the
getting
whole top
closer.
10.
I mean, RJ was there for a while, but he wasn't a good enough free throw shooter, I feel like, to be second. RJ's 5.
No, number 5 is. Oh well, I'm not gonna tell you who it is,
Is,
but he's
is
not number
RJ
5.
on the list?
RJ
No.
is on the list.
Is he 2?
He is number 2.
He is number 2. Interesting. I guess he was just there a long
Yeah,
time, went to the
Richard
free throw.
Jefferson.
I'm surprised he's ahead of Kid.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised. I was surprised.
I
at
know
that too.
Kid's the distributor and it wasn't getting to the line as much, but that
Yeah.
surprises me.
There's
Oh,
a lot of random Nets on these lists now because they added the ABA stats to Basketball Reference, so it gets a little confusing. I'm like, wait, who the
Okay.
fuck is, Mike Gaminsky?
Oh, I know
You
who Mike Gaminsky is. You don't know who that is? I think I have his cell phone. I thought you were going to say, I don't know, who's Julius Irving?
Who's this Julius Irving guy?
Gaminsky was a good player.
So another question I was going to go with, but I'll ask it right now. Let's see if you can get it. I'll give you a bonus one. Jason Kidd, obviously number 1 in triple doubles all time in Nets history.
Yeah,
With 61.
I have his cell.
Call him right now.
That would be so funny. That would be, I don't know if I have the balls to do that. That's so funny. I don't think I spelled his last name right, but
So
yeah, because
okay.
he was a college basketball analyst, and I think
I have a really good question that you're never going to get, but it's a really good question.
It's Nets.
It's Nets. Jason Kidd is the all-time leader in triple doubles with 61. Number 2 is James Harden with 21.
It's crazy.
There are 3 Nets tied with 5 triple doubles all time. Kevin Durant, Kenny Anderson, and which player?
And I can't get this.
I think you can get it, but I just think that it's really tough.
Is it somebody 1990 above?
Is that to 1990 to now? Yes. Yeah.
Kendall Gill.
No. Not even on the list.
Triple double. Can I ask
5
clues?
triple doubles all time.
Can I ask clues to hone in on it?
Give me one guess, and then I'll start doing clues. Let's see.
I'm not going to think about it. Sean Bradley.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't think he ever had a triple double. That's
Because
crazy.
he had blocks. He had 10 blocks.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh, man, I should have guessed that first. Oh.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you gave it away with you'll never get it.
I know.
And then I thought to myself, like, he did have them. He just had them with blocks, which is, I mean, he was 7'6". That was his, thing. But like, oh, that should have been my first guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So I impressed you?
you did. The Sean Bradley one, I didn't think you'd get. And I was totally thrown off because I didn't even think of blocks. I'm thinking just rebounds and assists. And you're like, no, we can do blocks.
Not assists.
I'm like,
Blocks.
damn. Sean Bradley was like Wembanyama over here. Like,
No, it was blocks.
yeah.
Yeah, you could get them in other categories. I'm not. But you're a Knicks fan. You probably didn't know that.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that.
Quadruple
Has there
doubles.
ever been how many players all time? I'm going to chat GPT this and then we'll end it. How many players have had 10s and 4, like a quadruple double?
Robinson did.
You're right. He's the one. David
Didn't
Robinson
Draymond have a random one?
with quadruple doubles. Draymond had the quadruple single that Charles Barkley did.
Oh, something. I know David Robinson had a famous one.
Yeah, David Robinson had one on February 17th, 1994. 34 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 blocks. There were 3 other players. 2 you won't get. Nate Thurman in 1974, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 13 assists, and 12 blocks.
Sorry, your internet was going down. Was it Nate Thurman is the guy?
Nate Thurman's the first one.
No, I was pretending like never didn't work.
Oh, you were acting like you knew that?
Okay.
Okay, so there's 3 others. You have Nate Thurman in 74, Alvin Robertson in 1986, 20 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 steals. And then one other player you should get, or if you thought about it. Center. Just think about that. In the 90s. Hakeem. Yes, Hakeem.
Wasn't you?
1990, 18 points, 16 rebounds, 10 assists, and 11 blocks.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
You think those guys would beat today's NBA players if you got like the dream team in their prime?
I think Hakeem Olajuwon would be better than Jokic in this era of
I
NBA
agree with
basketball.
that. I
100%.
I think the era has changed and the development has changed. So, for example, you
Hakeem
know,
was so good.
like for example, Jokic shooting threes, Embiid shooting threes. Like I think if Ewing and Olajuwon and Robinson were in this modern NBA, I think they would be so much better.
Well, Ewing would step back a foot and be a 3-point shooter because he was
Yeah.
always hitting that top of the key jumper.
Oh yeah,
And
they would have said, all right, let's take 3 more steps back. And am
yeah.
I an old person though for being like, oh, those guys would have killed them? Like
No, I
I
don't think so. I think you'd be an old person if you said, "Well, what about Wilton Russell and the quadruple doubles?" And I'd be
right.
like, "Oh, well, they didn't track blocks and steals back
Just-
then."
I just think prime Shaq, and
Yeah.
he wouldn't be shooting threes.
No,
But who is stopping him?
no, Prime Shaq wouldn't. He'd still be great, but he wouldn't. His game wouldn't change in this era. Hakeem, Ewing, Robinson,
Yeah,
those guys, their games would change. Moses Malone in this era would be incredible. Like guys like that would be insane.
2002 Lakers versus 2025 Knicks. Who wins?
The Lakers, man.
Sure.
Yeah, imagine Towns trying to guard Shaq. That would just be funny.
Or the perimeter D on Kobe. Be tough.
OG, I guess you'd have to.
No one's stopping.
No one's
Prime
stopping him,
Kobe.
but OG would have to go. But who's guarding Brunson? I mean, Devin George, Derek Fisher.
I think they'd be okay.
I mean,
think they'd be
Iverson by himself won a game in the finals. So,
Yeah, that's Allen Iverson.
yeah,
Brunson's
it's
not
Jalen
on.
Brunson.
Oh, God.
Hall of
Is he
Famer.
better than Allen Iverson?
No, not yet. But I'm saying that he's been great. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not Allen Iverson.
What
I'll
was
tell you
it? All right, Mikey Coins. Is he better than Allen Iverson?
All right, that's bad weather fans.
And now we'll really know if you made it to this whole episode. If you really are a fan of ours,
Yes,
you made it to
yes.
the end. You just start shitting on people at the end of the episode. Do you really
Yes.
listen?
Fuck Spen. How about that?
Dude, go fuck yourself.
Spen Harris, Fireside Nets, spending the Nets. Go fuck yourself. How about
Hey,
that?
Corey Canner, go fuck yourself.
And Buddha too. Fuck you. No.
Just-
All of our fans just start cursing out.
Hey, Lee,
everybody
go
else.
fuck yourself.
Our friends and fans. Yes.
Jess,
Okay.
I love you. No,
Yes.
go fuck yourself. No. All right, bad weather fans. 278. We'll talk to you later. All right.
Peace.